What's good, everybody? Jackson's Gambit here. So I just got finished watching Marty Supreme. You can make a movie about damn near anything these days. Now we out here making a movie about table tennis. Just don't let me catch y'all out here making a movie about cornhole. Hey. Y'all open up the floodgates. Anything's possible now. Ooh, what about Foursquare? You want bragging rights on the blacktop? B3 and Foursquare. Ain't no prizes, but you be walking a little bit taller the rest of that school day.
Just give me a reason. You don't know what I'm capable of.
In the movie Marty Supreme, we have Marty Mauser, a young man of dreams of being top dog in the world of table tennis. His first stop, the British Open. Wish his real life was as promising, working as a shoe salesman, retail. For his Uncle Murray, as well as having an affair with his childhood friend. I guess champions come in all shapes and sizes. You know, because he works at a shoe store. He ends up defeating the defending champion, but loses in the finals to a Japanese player named Koto Endo. As if this man isn't taking enough of a beating, Marty's also banned from the World Championship unless he's able to pay back the International Table Tennis Association for fraudulent expenses. Marty really wants to go to that championship, not only to be a table tennis champion, but also to get his lick back from Endo. But you gotta pay that money, bruh. Money that he ain't got. So here lies the question, how far are you willing to go to achieve a dream? 8 out of 10. This movie was loosely based off the life of table tennis legend Marty Riesman. This man had won 22 titles in his entire life. Would have loved for you to add that little detail in the movie. This movie portrays Marty as a hustler. So the movie had to keep up with the pace of the main character because he's scrambling trying to get this money together that he owes the Table Tennis Association. And in such little time, you can definitely feel that time was of the essence. This man was panicking and he exhausted every option. Most people give up at this point. You know, they're not willing to stick it out when the road gets rough. And then they think they're granted a blessing when another opportunity presents itself. But then you're always thinking in the back of your mind, you know, maybe if I could have just hung on a little bit longer. But in Marty's case, how far are we taking this? What's the cutoff? Because I'm chasing my dreams right now. But if it's ruining the lives of everybody around me, I might be rethinking that dream. You know, that sounds like a nightmare to me, not a dream. And that's why it was so hard for me to root for Marty 2/3 of this movie, because he was acting like such a dick to everybody. It was only the last third of the movie where he learned humility and realized that he wasn't going to get what he really wanted. When I was like, okay, I could this guy now. I may have with him, but that don't mean I respect him. Because at one point, he let an old wealthy white man paddle his ass bare skin with a ping pong paddle, just so he can go to Japan. I don't need to go to Japan that bad. This movie was based in the 1950s, but it felt like it had a 1980s vibe to it. I mean, if you listen to the OST, the original soundtrack for this movie, it has an 80s sound to it. There's nothing in the movie making handbook that says that you have to use sounds and music from that period of time. But I always felt that movies based in a certain period of time, their music these days for movies sound better when you take a fresh take on it. Like a banjo with a trap beat behind it. That's why the 1980s music just felt weird to me based in the 1950s, because it just kind of felt like the director was just throwing what he wanted in there. Like, I like this. Throw that in there. Yeah, I like this. Maybe an unpopular opinion, but I felt this movie had a little too many sex scenes in it. I mean, we get it. Timothy Chalamet likes to have sex with all types of women.
White girls, black girls, tall girls, fat girls.
But the audience is smart. You don't have to show them everything. There's other types of content for that.
Alejandro, it is my turn. Let me see.
Though I will say that he did use it to his advantage to seduce a wealthy older woman. So it wasn't for nothing. There was a point where Marty was about to get arrested from stealing from his uncle, but he escapes. And at that point, they just kind of gave up.
He's a freak. He's the fastest kid alive. He's the fastest kid alive.
You couldn't catch up to him? There's only so many places that he can go. And it's not like he was moving in secret. This man was disturbing the peace wherever he went. It's like the wet bandits in Home Alone. You know where they've been.
Nice move. Always leaving the water running. Now we know each and every house that you've hit.
Now that I think about it, Marty never paid for anything he did in this movie. There was a crazy part in this movie where Marty and his best friend Wally, played by Tyler the Creator, hustled a bunch of guys at a table tennis match, and they caught up to them at a gas station. That gas station ends up blowing up, and everybody that was pursuing them ends up dying. It's funny nobody ever brings that up at any other point in this movie. I would have thought something like that at that time period would have been pretty important. This movie ran a little over 2 hours long, but the dialogue was great. They really gave Timothée Chalamet a lot to work with in this movie. I mean, he just won a Golden Globe for his performance in this movie, so I mean, what else you gonna watch? Anaconda?
Get him up! Come on, let's go!
Marty Supreme is now playing in theaters.